Prince Harry actually betrayed William a lot more than 5 times in this book. But I picked out a few key moments that really resonated with me, that I think I was imagining Prince William actually reading it and how he might feel during these moments. And that makes you think, do you think they actually read it? I think I read somewhere there was some report that King Charles had ordered a summary of the book to be delivered to him, and it was on receiving that summary that he actually threw them out of Frogmore Cottage. But we don't know, do we? We don't know. And in a way, I hope that they haven't read it, and in a way, I hope they did read it. But getting on to the very first betrayal, this isn't from sort of the most severe to the less severe. This is just in the order they appeared in the book. And this one was right at the start of the book. Harry was in gardens at Kensington Palace, and he was waiting for the then Prince Charles and Prince William to meet him after Prince Philip's funeral. And that's another thing. I mean, come on, what a jerk. Fancy expecting such a serious family conversation a few hours after Prince Charles buried his father. Stop me. I could go on. So they're at this meeting and it all goes pear-shaped and an argument ensues. And then Harry says that he looks at Will, and this is what he said. The familiar scowl which was his default expression when dealing with me. And then on from that, his alarming baldness more advanced than my own. Well, Harry, Prince William's baldness may be more advanced than your own, but he's still the better-looking prince. The second point where I thought it was such a betrayal was he describes, actually his whole description of William's wedding was just appalling, I suggest you get the book and read it but he goes to collect William the morning of the wedding, and he says that William's face looked gaunt and that he had red eyes. And the implication, I think, my subjective opinion, was to imply that somehow William was upset about having to go and marry Catherine. It was just such a clumsy little snarky dig. But I would think that the more logical story might have been that he shed a tear or he had cried the morning of his wedding, because when you get married, if you don't have both parents that can attend, that is the moment right before the wedding, in a private moment, where it generally hits people. The overwhelming sadness that his mother maybe couldn't attend. Maybe that's why he had really red eyes. And then Harry also goes on about the wedding, implying that he could smell rum on William's breath and implying that he's a bit pissy booze at his own wedding. Someone might have handed him a hip flask and he had a little nip to be friendly, or it could have been anything. And I'm sure that Meghan and her bridesmaids were, oh no, maybe not, but maybe Meghan was having a glass of champagne when she got dressed. I mean, come on. He implied that there was something more to it, and that's upsetting. Oh, gosh, I'm getting really worked up about these betrayals, aren't I? Oh, gosh. And then the third one was he equated walking up the aisle with William on his wedding day to walking up the same aisle for Diana's funeral. Did he really have to go there? Because if William ever does read this book, we don't know that William ever equated the two, but he's going to from now on, isn't he? Thanks, Harry. The fourth ultimate betrayal was a description, I think it was the 25th anniversary of Diana's death, and he describes a beautiful moment where he and William row out to the island where Diana's buried. Private little island, and they have a heartfelt conversation, and he describes all of it. And he describes William turning to him and saying how he's always felt that his mother was with him and that he helped him set up his family and his beautiful marriage to Catherine, and she was looking over him and making sure that he was going to be all right. And really heartfelt, private moments between two brothers. And it begs the question, if Harry ever intended for them to reconcile, I doubt he would have betrayed him in such a manner by putting such intimate moments in this book. The fifth and final betrayal, which I think is the very worst one, was the fact that the brothers had a secret code, a password that they would use on Mummy's life. And they would use it. And now I can say it in a YouTube video. And other people have said it. And other people have pointed it out. And so now you've taken this sacred oath between two brothers that always brought them back to their closeness, always brought them back to what they share. It was that moment where they were supposed to ignore everyone around them and realize that they have a bond, that they share a bond that can never be broken, never interfered with, or destroyed by someone else. And not only did Harry allow someone else to completely destroy that bond, he told the world about it. And so now what you have left between Harry and William, you have no sacred oath, no secret password, no private moments rowing out to place flowers on their mum's grave, a total destruction of William's marriage to Catherine. It turned it from a happy occasion into a macabre occasion. And he, the ghostwriter goes on about this macabre history of all the crypts. And, it's just horrendous. And, of course, the jealous, juvenile potshot about William's appearance. Such a betrayal. Such a betrayal of trust and so incredibly disloyal. Thank you very much for joining me for my top 5 moments in Spare that I thought were the ultimate betrayal. But I would be really interested to hear from those who have read the book. If you could tell me, what were the moments that just gut punched you, that just made you think, no, don't go there. Don't go there. Because there's so many. I mean, I've just outlined 5. There's lots more, unfortunately. Until next time, I can't wait to read your comments. Bye.